Dude, you know where I could get a new car? Because
why? My
shit got caught on CCTV in front of this massage parlor over here in Rancho.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I kind of left on bad terms. So not only do we have
people
who hate us from Twitter, people who are writing the show, the lesbians who are mad, we got the rub and tug. We got a massage parlor coming after us.
We're never gonna be able to leave.
We're live.
We're live?
We're live right now?
Yes.
Start that shit over. That's good. Over.
Why? Easy. Yeah. You know what I holla? Do you know what I holla?
Do you know what I holla?
Yeah, you know some
Whack your bitch and sleeper hold your hoe. Welcome, everyone. It's the White Bronco Show.
Welcome to the White Bronco Show. Tonight, we're going to talk about what happened to J-Rock this week and how it might have benefited the show. Fat Tuesday has a little prioritizing for us, so we're going to get into that a little bit. We have a reverse date rape situation that we're going to get into, and then we're going to have a tribute to our dear past friend, Blake Bolin. Listen in, everybody. Welcome to the White Bronco Show. Here's Tommy Marks.
Well, last week we had J-Rock on the show, and he told you how he was, the life he led.
J-Rock
is crazy.
An interesting character, to say the least.
And about 2 nights after he did our show last Friday, he went into the emergency room like Friday at midnight, and I think he had like an emergency esophagus transplant.
You texted me and said the second person on our show is about to die.
Right, because our original host, Ryan Morford, passed away from AIDS. R.I.P.
Ryan.
God, I missed that cocksucker.
Yeah. And now I'm like, dude, if J-Rock dies within a week of being on our show, like if he's our last guest, that's why we don't have a guest this week.
It's going to be his last media.
Because he still might die in the next week or two. But it only looks good if he dies within like 10 days of being our guest. You know what I mean? So 3 more days, and, we're keeping a close eye out. And if he dies, it will definitely, bring in all of his followers, and everyone will kind of like...
We also don't want to be cursed and not have anybody come on. Or if we start that streak, that might be really good for the
show. The truth is, all of our female guests, we killed those bitches after the show. So I guess everyone's dying.
When you say killed, you mean like hit that shit?
Something like that. Like that. I mean, they're still alive, limping around and shit.
Man, the life that J-Rock has led, obviously, fast and hard. I hope he gets better.
Yeah, and
I wish him only the best.
I hope he gets better. But like we said, if he dies, it's really going to take us to the top, I guess, and really kind of, I guess, steamroll all of his fan base.
We might get over 100 downloads.
Show.
We might get over 100 downloads total.
Yeah,
we might push from 14.
That could work. Do we have a sponsor this week?
So Fat Tuesday wrote in. She didn't even call this time. She just texted me and said, "Here is the ad I want you to read." Times are slow for some reason for Fat Tuesday. I know she has a lot of mouths to feed, and she has her mother, her grandmother, and her great-grandmother living under the same roof with her, and she has to provide for all of them. So guys, get out there, get after Fat Tuesday, Gary and Holt. You know where to find her. Do you need your dick licked?
Maybe your toenails clipped.
Mouth gag, ass play.
Anal discounts on Sunday.
Tuesday always swallows. That's not a lie.
White Bronco discount ends no later than the 4th of July. So go down, catch her. She's down in Pomona. You know the number. Times are tough. I mean, I would be going there, but I'm actually going to be going there because we accidentally started recording, if you didn't hear, and we got more parking lot enemies. This massage parlor, I mean, things get lost in translation. Sometimes you only go in with a certain amount of money. Certain things happen.
Right.
You come out.
You have a budget.
You have a budget. Shit happens. And you don't have money. And then, like, what are you supposed to do? Okay, I'm going to go to the bank and I'll come right back.
Well, usually when you go in, usually you have the money that you're willing to spend.
But you give them money up front. You go back. Stuff happens.
Oh, that's how it works.
Transactions happen. And then you're like, you know what? I don't understand. Let me run and get some money real quick from an ATM, and then you never come back But then, anytime you see a fucking Suzuki motorcycle pull up to you at a red light, you're kind of scared. You're kind of feeling like fucking Denzel in Training Day.
They're going to take you out like Denzel.
Would they smoke me over a $20 tug?
Well, if they got your license plate on the candid camera.
I mean, what is the etiquette? There's so much gray area on how that shit works. If
the etiquette is now you owe the Taiwanese mob a lot of money. In their eyes, a lot of money. That $20 can feed a lot of people.
But I feel like this is a burner shop, and most of these places are. Like, it won't be there in 3 months.
They make examples out of people who
they got my shit on CCTV, so fuck. I might have to ditch my car.
Blaine, you're gonna have to show me the secret back door.
Both
of them.
No. I'm very stingy with that sort of thing.
Oh, and by the way, I tried to go to this place that's near the studio, and when I walked into the massage parlor, right when I opened the door, this fucking lady pops out of a room completely out of breath and sweating. Like,
she was putting her work in.
Yeah, and she just like reaches for her card and she goes, "You have to come back. You have to come back at 8:15."
Wow.
And I was like, "Whoa, no. I got a show to do. Sorry, lady."
Well, wait. So you come in. She pops out of the back.
Oh my
She's
god.
She's sweating.
Oh my god.
Is she clothed? Or does she come out buck ass in a robe?
No. She's dressed. She's dressed, but completely drenched.
Did you get a look at her hands? What was
like? She just got off a treadmill.
What were the condition of her hands? Were they oily? Were they slippery? I don't know,
she reached for the card very weird. Yeah, you're right. She barely put her fucking hands on the card. She kind of
didn't want to smudge it, dude. Check the card. You got to check the card.
I should have investigated the hands. Anyways, I caught her off guard. I guess she's appointment only, but that's a new avenue I need to explore.
It's basically legal. It's basically legal. What isn't basically legal in the story that was told to me yesterday that I had to share, and I'm going to keep all parties that are implicated in this anonymous, but somebody that I'm acquainted with.
How old is this person?
He is 18, just turned 18. He's like freshman. He should be a freshman in college, but he's not in college at all. But he works at a restaurant with as a waiter and a busboy, whatever, with a bunch of other young kids.
And how do you know this young man?
He goes to the same gym as me, so we're talking while we were working.
Okay, you go to the
out.
same gym. Have you seen his wiener? That's a normal gym question.
I haven't seen his
very
wiener.
Fair question.
Yeah.
I haven't seen his wiener, but
well, wait, let me just go on record. I've seen every guy's wiener in my gym, and I go to fucking LA Fitness. Keep going. I go to 3 of them, by the way.
Maybe I'll make a point of it to make sure and look.
Aaron, if you had stroked him in the locker room, would you tell us?
Absolutely. Okay. I leave nothing back on this show.
I don't ask a bro to spot me unless I've seen his dick.
That's a good rule, actually. Yeah. You got to know what you're working with.
Don't ask.
Always. So he was telling me that, I drink with my coworkers all the time, during the shift, after the shift, whatever, and it's fun. And usually this girl buys me all my booze. She buys me like $40 of huge bottles of alcohol, and then she sucks my dick. I'm like, oh, that's great, dude. How old is this chick? She's like, oh, she's 27. Okay. That's awesome, man. Like,
Mary Kay Letourneau?
Yeah, you're basically a decade older. This chick is getting after. He's like, yeah, I started hooking up with her like 2 weeks after I started working at this place. I'm like, when did you start working there? He's like, when I was 16.
Whoa. So she was 25?
He's like, yeah. So he's like, yeah, she just sucks my dick and we fuck and she buys me alcohol. It's great.
I mean, I don't know if you can fully trust this guy because you haven't seen his wiener, but do you believe him? I mean,
I do believe him. I believe him.
Fuck, I like him. I love him.
I don't think he's lying.
Did you ask him, does he raw dog this chick?
Maybe we'll get into details and we'll report back on.
Tell him to wrap it up, man.
What's happening? But these instances aren't as far-fetched and rare as it may seem. I think that this is a situation that repeats itself and happens a lot more than guys are willing to talk about, or maybe.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
Is she his manager?
Maybe.
At this restaurant?
Maybe. I didn't ask. I spent a lot of time laughing, and he was kind of like looking at me like, why do you find this so funny?
I fucked one of my managers before.
Uh-huh.
She was older, so kind of the same accomplishment, except she was 51 and I worked at a Taco Bell.
Right. Dude, but see, the chalupas and the gorditas that you get out of that deal,
and
more than make up for the runny cheese.
You need to ask that guy, like you need to tell him about, you need to give him advice about older women. You need to tell him not to go down on her. She's probably been to college twice.
Man,
you know, she's 27.
The fragile and moldable mind of an 18-year-old.
What kind of fucked up relationship did she come off of? Like, she must have been dating like a 60-year-old rich guy who fucked her over really bad. And then she's like, I'm going for some young D, and just fucking saw this Rico Suave 16-year-old waiter.
Probably she was taken advantage of before by somebody in the same way and learned how to do it. Or her friend, she has a pedophile friend that taught her how to do it. You know, just the internet, really. Who knows?
I mean, do you? What's the
disgusting?
Oldest? What's the oldest woman you've ever fucked?
Oldest?
Yeah, I got you beat, man. You're gonna have to go to the retirement home to beat me, bro.
No,
on my life.
Got me, Grandma.
I mean, do we want to play like a guessing game, like a little Chinese auction between you and Blaine?
Well, I mean, I know Blaine's a young man, but my donger has had sex with women who've been laid to rest.
Oh, you dirty bastard!
Man.
Yeah, so
I mean, I think probably older than you'd expect, but not too crazy.
You smashed the dead?
Yeah.
Oh.
Dude, necrophilia.
You don't want to see my recommended porn channels when YouPorn comes up.
Dude, the FBI has already raided all of your hard drives.
Well, they got pills. You know what I mean? Them prescriptions.
What do you mean?
I clean them bitches pills? Out. We can wear the same track suits.
I see. What
I wear
saying.
The same shit as these girls. That's what That's how you do it.
It's a mutually beneficial relationship.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
I'll fucking.
They have Prozac and Vicodin.
I'll eat a grandma's Nerf ball pussy for a bottle of Vikes. No joke. Hey, what?
True.
Speaking of fucked up vaginas, what do you know about steroids, dude? I feel like.
What do I know about steroids?
You kind of have a fucked up eye from jujitsu right now, or like someone beat you up.
I got scratched.
Our fellow chaotic show, Linnea Dominguez from Comedy for Causes, was commenting on your guns in the parking lot, and I'm like, dude,
she was. Is
this full juicing? Like, I don't know, because I'm sure you know about roids.
Well, I don't know. I've been around it. I had a trainer who was pushing me to do it once. He when I started training with him, like, you see results right away with these guys sometimes, and he's like, all right, so take this multivitamin right now before one of our workouts. I'm like, it's just a multivitamin. It's nothing else. He's like, yeah. I take it. I swallow it. He goes, with a little testosterone in it. There's a little testosterone in it. That's all. I'm like, oh, okay. Thanks, dude. So I have a great workout. I get home like 3 hours later, 4 hours later.
You're jacking off to a picture of Jose Canseco?
I'm ready to run a marathon. I like rip all of my clothes off and just do laps in the pool. I feel like whatever he gave me was like so.
Testosterone.
Are you sure it wasn't like lion semen?
Lion semen?
I've heard that's fantastic.
Do you have a guy?
Well,
I mean, who's telling you these things, and where can I get some?
But I'm just saying.
I'll tell you one thing. No. Lion semen.
Do you know where I can low key get to some of that American Pharaoh semen?
No. Hey, lion semen.
There's guys that are working there late at night that we could get at half price at least.
Lion semen only comes from one place. Siegfried and Roy, man. Those are the only guys who can get close enough to jerk off a lion.
Well, but the other thing is rhino.
Manticore, no!
Those are the motherfuckers selling that on the black market.
The other thing that will just absolutely step up your game in the gym is rhino piss.
Rhino piss.
Do
you huff that like Jankum, or is that different?
No, what you do is you want to aerate it. So what you do is you soak it into a rag, and then you put it over your mouth, and you know how you get the no, you're not huffing, you're not smelling it, you're aerating it. The air comes through the rag, and then it aerates the rhino piss, and it fills your capillaries with the rush of the rhino, and it's fantastic.
Rush of the rhino?
It will step up your game. I'm just saying,
dude.
Allegedly, so I've been told.
It's so hard to get the rhino horn dust.
I would do
smoking or snorting that.
I would drink rhino piss, and I'll do anything for steroids. One time, in Seattle at a YMCA, this guy told me he had steroids in his flesh needle, and he was just gonna put it in my butt. And I mean, I was pumped up for a while and stuff, but I turned out that flesh needles are actually not real, and you can't get steroids from a man's semen.
No. You can't, no matter how much they try to convince you otherwise at a bar late at night.
And don't you think, I mean, you're the guy who knows more than I do. I don't know anything about it. My friend let some football players shoot steroids in his ass for a week, for 2 weeks.
For a week straight, every
for 2
day.
weeks, yeah, and then he stopped. But
not knowing what the fuck he's doing.
That's all I know about it.
Yo, dog, just hit me with some more. Hit me with a little bit more. I don't think I got enough.
There's a guy who argues on the internet that it actually is cool. Steroids is dope because it makes your balls small, and having fucking small balls is like, yo, that's what's up.
That's what's cool, dog.
Yeah, it makes your dick look bigger.
Small balls.
Is that like a pro steroids argument?
That's what the guys that do steroids, all of the guys that admittedly do steroids will always say, yeah, my balls shrink, but my dick grows.
Word.
Well, is that an optical illusion? Jose Canseco wrote about that in his book.
Have you read his book? What's it called?
I've just read the excerpts that are online when they do when they write articles.
He's great on Twitter.
It's called From Sticks to Stones.
Yeah.
His book, really?
Yeah.
I should read it. I really should read it. It's a seminal book in baseball history, no matter how you look at it.
Yeah, I mean,
speaking of semen, yeah.
What else? Wait, you got anything else on steroids?
On steroids, well, there's two types of people that do steroids. It's the athletes that have to do it to keep up with the competition or get the edge or whatever it's doing. And then it's just people who are doing steroids just to do steroids. And that's the interesting group to really look at. Like, why are we taking steroids? What is the reason? Usually they're a little bit fucked up, or I don't know. Not you know what? Anybody listening who's actually taking steroids just to take steroids?
First of all, I'm
maybe you want to call in,
yeah,
or come on the show later.
I'm all for it.
What does that even mean? Just to take steroids?
But like guys that are just taking steroids to be yoked or whatever, you can be yoked without.
Wait, I got a question about that pill he gave you, that testosterone pill. Was it illegal, or is that something you could buy in the store?
No, I think that you can get testosterone
in the store.
Yeah, I don't think it's like certain levels of it. You're able to get.
You don't think that was anything illegal that he gave you?
It's not. That was not illegal. He was also offering me plenty of illegal stuff.
Well, wait a minute. If it's illegal in the United States, but it's legal in Thailand.
But this was his reasoning. This was his reasoning. He's like, dude, but doctors prescribe this to people all the time. Like, it's not illegal. This is something that doctors prescribe. I'm like, but how did you get it?
Yeah.
Did you? What's your issue that they're giving you anabolin? Anyway.
Huh. Well, you got to put me in touch with that guy because
for sure.
I want to be like
Allegedly.
Yeah, I want to get in the steroid game.
Allegedly.
This show's going broke, man. We got to start slinging fucking juice on the streets, man. Dana Bonaducci style.
Yeah, seriously.
All right, so we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back, and we're going to talk about one of our buddies who passed away, Blake Bolin. So stick with us, and White Bronco Show. Be right back.
Yeah, holla. Do you know what I holla? Do you know what I holla? Yeah, you know the itty bitty city.
What's up, guys? Tune in every Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for The Blaine Humble Show. That's right. Check me out every morning, 8 to 11, as we break down all things news, all things sports, all things topical, all the things that you want to know more about. Oh, and I get to do it in my weird way. The phone number for you to call in is 909-989-0789. That's 909-989-0789. Again, be sure to join me every weekday morning from 8 to 11, The Blaine Humble Show, only on chaoticradio.com.
Easy. Yeah. Yeah, holla. Do you know what I holla? Do you know what I holla?
All right, motherfuckers, stop Bill Clinton, your girlfriend. Take that cigar out of her cunt. Light it up. We're back.
You turn the volume up.
Turn the volume up. We're going to be talking about my friend Blake. He's a huge reason I do comedy. He passed away when we were 18. But the way this motherfucker like lived his life, he would fuck around about like make a joke into everything.
There was
like,
not a time that you would spend with him
ever.
that you weren't laughing the entire
about
time.
everything. And the more serious an adult would ever like get with us, the more funnier shit would get. And always a joke, always a laugh, and always on the hunt for puss. And that's what
never took himself too seriously.
Yeah.
And on top of all of that, was extremely warm-hearted,
super
nice
ever.
to everyone.
Everyone. Never seen him pissed off. Tell the story of the first time you met.
The first time I ever met Blake was 7th grade, the first day of 7th grade, first day of junior high, first day you're taking class. You have to go from one class to the next and lug your shit around.
You're both coming from different elementary schools.
Yeah, never met this guy before then. And his last name is Bolin, my last name is Bendersky, so we're standing right next to each other on the numbers outside for PE class. And the teacher's going down the row. She asks you, how do you say your first name, your last name? She goes through me. She gets to Blake. She says, how do you say your first name? He goes, so she's like, Blake? He's like, no, actually it's Blink. She's like, okay. How do you say your last name? He's like, 182. She's like, go to the vice principal's office. He gets kicked out first day in PE class.
I don't even know why that's so fucking funny.
I don't know. I guess if you know Blake and the way that he says
it, you know why it's funny? Because
it's actually Blake 182.
In 7th grade, in history class, the teacher goes, I love the movie Major League with fucking Charlie Sheen, and the teacher goes, what's your name? And I go, Joe Boo, right? Because that's like the little fucking doll from the movie, and she goes, your name better be Bo, young man, or you're going to the principal's office. And I go, all right, I'm Bo. And then my mom went to like parent-teacher night or whatever, and she's like, yeah, Bo's a good student. And my mom's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, they've been calling me Bo all semester because I told them my name's Joe Boo.
Oh, man.
That's fucking hilarious. So, calling out a fake name in 7th grade when the teacher's like going down the roll sheet.
Just the best
That's
first
the best
impression.
joke ever. That's like the best first impression you can make on the class.
To me, it's that was the best first impression. He got kicked out.
And
for
Blake
being
182 was
a
hot in fucking 7th grade.
Well, that's why, because the video, like that summer, like that album had just come out.
One of my favorite memories of Blake was with you, and it was the last time I ever saw him.
Uh-huh.
You guys came to Santa Barbara, and we went to a strip club, and I'll never forget that because it was the last night I saw him. It was the last thing we did together. But right when we walked into the door to the Spearmint Rhino or whatever it was up in Santa Barbara, a stripper comes up to Blake and goes, I'll suck your dick right now for $5.
See,
and she goes, then she looks at all of us. She goes, I'll suck anyone's dick for $5. And we were like 19, 18. Just scared shitless. Like,
none of us took the bait.
Yeah, no. And then Blake got her number that
How about
night.
we do a group deal for 15 for the four of us?
Dude, that chick was fucking insane.
Blake could get anyone's number at any time in any situation that he would attract.
Oh my god.
Constantly.
All we were about were getting girls then, and he was like the only one with skill. And he did it like with suave, and it was always funny as hell. Like in 2006, our friend had a beach house in Newport, and he'd just be standing there with his shirt off, and girls would be going by on the boardwalk, and he'd go around the side of the house, and he'd turn the hose on and get all wet, and then he'd come out and stand there all wet. We'd be like, what?
Like 2006.
Yeah, what are you doing? He's like, oh, you guys didn't know, man? Wet's the new look at 06. Like, all the bitches like it, and girls would be like going by. He'd be like, wet 06. And they'd be like, what? And they'd like stop. And we just all start like dying. And then he'd just tell the girls, like, you didn't know about wet 06? Sometimes he'd just fucking throw on the sexy Speedo.
Blake was that guy that was constantly bringing girls into the house,
always
just off of the boardwalk.
And every summer we'd just be on the boardwalk, and he'd be the only one who could like reel in girls, running them down with fucking boombox over his shoulder.
We're sitting on the balcony on the boardwalk in Newport, and girls are running by just jogging, and Blake takes off after them, runs after them, catches up with them, brings them back to the house, and they start partying with us. Like the only person that I've ever seen.
Hey, one time we
that.
met these two chicks. We walked with them all the way down to their car. We thought we were gonna like hook up with them, but they just wanted us to like pretty much walk them to their cars. They got in their car and left, and we had one bike. Like we were walking with them, we had a bike. We were like trying to kiss on them and shit. We both tried to hook up with these girls and got like pushed away, and like they got in the car and left. And me and Blake start leaving. I'm like, man, that shit is so fucked up. We got to go back and tell the guys, because there was like 5 of the guys like there waiting on the boardwalk at the house, like we're going to come back like victorious with fucking stinky fingers and shit, throwing them in their fucking faces, you know? And I'm like, Blake, we got to go back and tell him we both got shut down. He goes, yeah, man, but I got to tell him first. I'll see your ass in like an hour because we were so far away. And he just jumps on the bike. I'm like, hey, man. And he just takes off, right? I'm like, son of a bitch. So by the time I get down there, like 40 minutes later, as I'm walking up, everybody's there, and he already told him, like, I didn't really see him get turned down, but he definitely saw me going for the kiss and get pushed away. So, like, as I'm walking up, everyone's just, like, on the boardwalk and, like, on the deck, just, like, Def Jam style, like, on the floor laughing, like, ah! And I had my tail between my legs, but the shit was funny.
Yeah, you can't ever blame it when he rigs one of your girls, dude. He's definitely done it to me. Like, you could never be like, you say, yeah, that's what happens.
But
it's part. I just remembered something. We travel far. There was no distance too far. We traveled from like west side of LA to Yucaipa in like we made it in like 90 minutes or less. Like just to get it, like. And it was these girls that I knew, but Blake was like, man, I'm gonna have to make my impression quick. Like, we saw there were basketball courts where we pulled up right in front of this chick's house, like in the park. But he's like, oh, I know. I'm like, what? Like, he's like, let's go to the basketball courts real quick. I'm like, huh? And like, he just runs up 2 steps, dunks, like dunks on the. I'm like, motherfucker. That
flies
through the air. He's fucking
dunking
6'4".
to impress the chick.
Yeah, like fucking. He had moves for days. Dude.
Hey, one time on Halloween. This girl, I'm not gonna say her name, but he hooked up with her like a lot over the years. We were walking on Halloween, and her sister rolled up, and she gets out of the car, and I'm like talking to her sister through the sunroof, and definitely the biggest girl I've ever been with in my life, for sure. And Blake's like, I go over to Blake, he goes, bro, you cannot do that. She's huge. I go, but check her out through the sunroof, dog. Her titties look huge. He's like, you don't even know, bro. No joke. I got to tell this story just because I don't give a fuck. And I know Blake was dying laughing. I got in the car. We left him like just on the street during Halloween. We went over. We parked by this like baseball field, and she turned on Britney Spears and sucked my dick so hard. It was great, man. I got a Britney Spears blowjob, and Blake was like, "Oh, that's so fucked up." And then unfortunately, we would be like walking to like sophomore year, like third period. And our friend Corey, he told our friend Corey, and then every day we'd see this girl. They'd be like, oh, and then, I mean, that's what broke me in. You know, I got comfy in my own skin, knew what I liked.
You know what?
Britney Spears.
Those little pieces that shape us too.
But he was like,
who we are today.
He was like, dude, no, you can't do that. I'm like, but check her out through the sunroof. Like, catch her at that angle.
It's like, of course I can. I'm 6 feet tall. 6'4", dude. All I can't do is look through the sunroof.
Yeah, so I was getting weird back in the day on Halloween, man.
Yeah, but his birthday was this past Monday, June 8th, and it's good. It's good to have good memories of him and think about him a little bit. Definitely shaped my comedic sense and sense of humor, like hanging out with him.
A giant fucking part of the way the lens he had on life, man.
Yeah,
I try to like adopt that. I try to adopt it because he would literally fuck around. Like, I mean, he knows when to be. He's the most genuine, sincere guy, but he would literally fuck around about everything. And at one point, I was like, "What the fuck?" I was almost mad, but then I'm like, "No, this is the funniest shit in the world." And I try to like be our homie every day, man.
Yeah.
So, R.I.P. Blake. We got some big guests coming on next week. I'm not gonna tell you who because you never know.
Big one, actual big one.
You never know. If the guest was gonna flake or not.
They're not gonna flake. This is gonna.
No. We'll see. We'll see. So tune in next week. We got a little suspense for you. Follow us on Twitter, White Bronco Show.
Do you know that I holler? Do you know what I holler? Yeah, you know the itty bitty city by the water that's steady getting taller.